Did you know that one of the most tear-jerking moments in Kentucky Derby history actually has a Minnesota connection? Frances met her husband Harold Genter while they were students at the University of Minnesota, and they were married in 1919. Harold developed the pop-up toaster and started the Toastmaster Company. The young family went on a road trip and made a stop to watch the Kentucky Derby in 1938, and Frances was mesmerized. They bought their first horse in 1940 and got involved in breeding thoroughbreds. Soon they had stables in Florida and Kentucky that they managed from their home in Bloomington, Minnesota. They started to see success after success. In 1951, Rough and Tumble won at Santa Anita. 1959, My Dear Girl was the champion 2-year-old filly. In Reality won the Florida Derby in 1967. Superbity was the 1980 Flamingo Stakes winner. Dr. Carter was a favorite for the Kentucky Derby in 1984, but he scratched because of illness. And Smile was the Breeders' Cup Sprint winner in 1986. Last but not least, in 1990, Unbridled made it to the Kentucky Derby. Frances, then 92 years old, didn't have great eyesight. She was petite, and when everyone stood up for the race, her view of the track was blocked. She also couldn't see the TVs in the box. So her trainer, Carl Nafzger, stood right next to her and yelled a play-by-play of Unbridled's progress around the track. Frances couldn't see it happening, but the joy and tears on her face showed just how deeply she felt it. After the win, Nafzger bolted to the field to hold back the officials, making sure that they didn't pass the trophy or take photos until Frances was there. They loaded Frances into a wheelchair and ran her out to the winner's circle to celebrate. One of the most successful owners in history, Frances died 2 years later, but her legacy lives on. Unbridled's legacy does too. His bloodline includes more Kentucky Derby history. Grindstone in 1996, Mind That Bird in 2009, American Pharoah in 2015, Always Dreaming in 2017, and in 2023, Angel of Empire was the 5th straight horse from Unbridled's line to compete at the Derby. And here's the crazy part. Frances wasn't really that crazy about horses. She was a tiny woman, and to her the horses seemed very big, and she was afraid. There's no official record of Frances ever even riding a horse, although she did come to like them. Over $40 million in race winnings might have helped. I'll put a link below to a great interview that Carl Nafzger gave. It is really sweet.